Time has finally come, guys. It's time to get the engine in the non-crash 997 turbo. I'm really excited. Getting it out was easy. That's because nothing was hooked up, bolted up, or wired up. So this is obviously going to be a lot more challenging, but I have some help. My mechanic friend Tim is coming. Hopefully this goes smoothly. We get this hoisted up in there tonight and have everything pretty much plumbed and ready to go. It's a big step. If you're new to the channel or haven't seen the last few episodes, here's a 30-second rundown. I bought a Crash 997 Turbo, and it also came with a whole spare chassis to swap everything over into. I'm in the process of swapping everything over, and I'm nearly done. Now, the reason for swapping everything over is because I determined that would be an easier and more efficient route than getting the corner panel and everything else replaced on the Crash car, and it'd be better just to have a clean chassis to start with. The biggest hurdles were gutting the interior and getting all the wiring harnesses transferred over, but now that that's done, the last major hurdle is the engine and transmission install. And you can see what's left of the original chassis. Well, pretty much just that, just the chassis. You guys were right. I think it's best to replace this old and decrepit coolant tank, though I'm pretty positive there's no issues with it considering the car was running and driving when wrecked. But if you can't replace it while the engine is in the car, might as well replace it now. And what's nice is these things really aren't even expensive. But that's not the only parts in this. We got some other stuff that I needed as well. Yes, that looks exactly right. I didn't realize it came with like all the new parts and sensors and everything. Yeah, no idea it came with a new level sensor. I thought it was literally just the tank. That's a nice little bonus. And this was only like 90 bucks total-ish. Okay, level sensor. What, like I have to put the, came with this cap, but not the other one? Again, odd, but that's all right. And I also got the bracket to hold the fuel filter because my old one didn't have it. It might have been with the parts somewhere, but I couldn't find it. I will admit, that looks pretty snazzy in there. That is a pretty nice upgrade. You know, the engine base painted. Might as well have it all looking pretty nice. Nice little upgrade. Now, I do just want to very quickly go over and see if there's any vacuum lines that haven't been zip tied yet, because I will zip tie them. I see that one zip tied. I see the one that's not. That's not a zip tie. Come on, get in there. There we go. Most of the points were already zip tied. I think I added about 3 or 4 more just to be safe, because I'm not going to have access to these once the engine is back in the car. Might as well do it now. Something I am a little concerned about. The power steering pulley is unbolted. I'm not sure why. So I'm gonna have to see if I can find those bolts. I don't even know what they would look like. And then I gotta take the tension off and get the belt back on there straight. Let me search for some bolts. Maybe they'd be Torx bolts? I don't know. Guess I'll find out. I'll find something that'll fit in there, no doubt. So the problem is I have a ton of bags like this. This looks like suspension stuff from the previous owner, but none of them are labeled, so I gotta figure that out. Also, this is the other part to the slave cylinder. I don't know how these slave cylinders work on Porsches, so I gotta figure that out. Matching bolts, and I'm not sure what, like these look, that looks too short. So I don't think it's any of those. There's even a couple more bags. I don't think any of those. It seems like the right size though. That should work. mean, that's definitely perfect. And that guy also works. That's why you always keep your old nuts and bolts. I don't know what these are from. These are like new, brand spanking new. As long as they're not too long, and I don't think they are. Look at these nice, brand new guys. Oh no, I think they're too long. All right, they're not black and they're not Allen heads, but this is a nice, still, you know, stainless steel hardware. Okay, one problem solved. 1 million more to go. Now comes the issue of the slave cylinder and how it works, and if these are the only other two components that I have, because I'm really clueless when it comes to this thing. So clearly, it sits like that. If I gather this right, this will go in there and that seals it, and then this will sit this way, and that does the pushing. It's not that difficult. All right, I think we're all good to go now. Slave cylinder in, baby. I think we're all good to go with the engine. There's a couple minor things I had to do. The next thing I have to do is figure out how to get it up and in position to jack it up. Easier said than done. Can I lift this? Oh boy. Oh, and slide this underneath. But I don't think that's happening. Ooh. Never doubted it for a second. All right, I got the rear one. Now I don't know what to do with the front. Okay.
Oh yeah.
One of them's under there.
Jack's still looking good?
It's hanging on. Yeah.
A little more. There you go. There, it's basically done.
Yeah. Just hit the button on the Quickjacks and just send them down. We'll be good to go. Oh, that's right. It's going to go forward. That's going to screw us up, but
It's okay.
so far so good. It was all going really smoothly. The disaster happens just a little bit later.
Hold on.
That's the thing. It's going to be a pain getting to the axle. Should I?
I was gonna say the axle is touching the trans right now.
This is precisely where things took an unexpected turn for the worse. Hold on. This car is
I felt that.
yeah, something's moving.
Take it back up a little. Alright, hold on. Oh, this side's sinking.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good at all. At the time, we had no idea why, but the whole right side of the car started sinking. The Quickjacks on that side were going down while the other side was staying up.
What the f?
Take it up a little.
Yeah, but it's going to be more crooked. Why is it?
Disconnect your side.
What the f?
Did you disconnect that line? There you go. Alright, hold on.
Looks like it's staying.
Yeah.
What the f? That was freaking me out. That's never happened. I have no idea.
I felt it. I was like, something's happening.
Yeah, I felt something moving. I'm just like, that's not good.
Hold on.
In my head, I'm like, this car's gonna just freaking fall off this. I brought the Quickjacks back up and the car seemed stable, so I thought everything was fine, and then this happened. I've never had a car this close to completely falling off
the Quickjacks or a jack stand or anything of that matter. It was a real shit my pants moment. Luckily the car didn't fall the whole way off. I took the Quickjacks back up and then we tried to stabilize it with actual hydraulic jacks and jack stands. But that was pretty terrifying.
A freaking disaster. I don't understand it.
I had no idea what caused this failure of the Quickjack system, so I decided I just wanted to move forward, get the engine in there, so we got the car all stabilized on jack stands. A little later in the evening I found out what happened with the Quickjacks, and I explained that a little later in this video.
Sure, that'll work.
I think this will work for the front. A little more. All right, hold on.
Yep. AC goes over there. Yeah, the axles actually, they went in easier than they came out.
All right, hold on.
As long as the training's going up and the car's not going up, must be doing something right.
Since we avoided catastrophe and potential injury with the Quickjacks, everything was going smoothly since that point in time. The engine seemed to be fitting up in there real nicely along with the transmission. We didn't really have any issues or anything hanging us up or slowing us down.
Well, it's bolted. No. Oh, yep. It's hanging there by itself. That's solid. Yeah, this one's moving now. About as slowly as you can imagine. I am.
All right, here, over here.
And now it's good.
If you're curious why I went back to the Quickjacks at this point, it was because I figured out the issue and also the car was high enough now that I could use the locks on the Quickjacks.
Looks good to me.
I don't know if it's lined up or not.
So we figured out the reason they took this off was to get the elbow in there for the power steering. So I wasted time putting that back on, but oh well.
We're good. That's good. Well, we have some.
Power steering up, AC up. Holy hon.
A lot more work to be done on the engine install, but I had tools scattered everywhere, so a quick cleanup was a must before moving forward. look at that, the car safe and sound up on the Quickjacks, engine installed and wired. Mostly plumbed, a lot of accessories added, new coolant tank, excellent progress here. The engine and transmission are bolted in, the power steering is in, but I still have to do all of the other little things. The subframe cross mount, the upper coolant lines, the AC lines, the fuel filter, which is brand new by the way, and I'm waiting on a new part to fully install it because it was missing the bleeder valve, the axles, the shifter cables, the drive shaft, various electrical connectors underneath, and multiple coolant lines underneath, which I'm having a little bit of an issue with. Here's the problem I'm having with these coolant tubes. So these two run from there, clip in to here. Yes, I know I have one of these backwards. It's because I've been trying different variations. And then they're supposed to go above the axle and then connect to those tubes right there. Problem is, they're not even close to lining up. The black ones are way higher than these ones. No amount of tubing or stock tubing that I have or have seen online marries these two together. I think I'm gonna have to go the custom route because you can't even buy these tubes anymore. They're unavailable, like the different sizes from different models. So the plan is, let me actually mount this how it should be. That's how they should be. And just for reference, that's how they run up there, but you can see they're like at the bottom of the car. There's absolutely no room to connect those at all. Like the plan is, I think I'm gonna actually cut these somewhere in here, get a flare tool, add a flare to it, and then just run soft lines above, zip tie them, secure them somehow up there, and then just run them to here and make like a U. And that'll work just fine. That's my plan unless you guys can think of something better. I also need to do the rest of the training mounts. The drive shaft is in, axles fully in, everything is good to go. Let me just go ahead and address the Quickjack situation really quick. That was really scary, guys. Really scary. Totally my fault. Would have never thought something like that could happen. So essentially what happened was the bleeder screw was tight on the tank of the Quickjack. And since this was tightened inadvertently by me, not left loose, the tank couldn't breathe. Tim looked over at this tank and saw it had sucked itself in. So it created a vacuum, which I believe then, whenever the pump wasn't running, since there was a vacuum in the tank, it was pulling the fluid in from the lines, and for whatever reason, it pulled fluid in from the passenger side lines, which caused that to go down and the car to completely tilt. It was very, very close to falling off the lift completely. That was a scary moment. That would have, I can't even think of all the damage that this car would have had. It would have been bad, really bad. Potential engine damage. The same quarter panel as the other car would be damaged, but I'm glad we could avoid that whole disaster. And now I know the problem. Make sure to leave this bleeder screw loose. But no one was hurt, car wasn't hurt. I can pass that info off to you guys. No harm, no foul. It did scare the ever-living shit out of me though. But right now I'm just waiting on a few parts to come in and I can sort out the coolant lines underneath. This is wrapped up. The engine is fully installed. I have the intake to put in, but you know, that takes all of 5 minutes. Other than the car pretty much falling off the lift, this went really smoothly and easily. This is a huge milestone in this build. Now it's time to get the dash in here and the rest of the interior. That way I can, well, fire this thing up. How exciting is that?